What is consciousness? That's a huge question today. Many philosophers, many scientists are grappling with the question of consciousness. Our everyday level of consciousness is strewn, it's like spread out across multiple cognitive fields, right? So our bodies are here, they have some level of consciousness to them. So I'm existing in this space, but I'm thinking of yesterday and I'm thinking of what I have to do here and I'm talking to you. And so my poor mind is just like this fragmented, diffracted field of awareness. Contemplation, in other words, that interior type of meditation where the mind is trained, and here we find this both in Eastern religions and in Western religions, right? So that across religious traditions, if one trains the mind, trains the self, trains the body as well, if I contemplate, I experience something deep within me that I name as the presence of God. And contemplation is that centering process of being with God, of leaning on God, of a stillness in God. And as I do that, my levels of diffracted consciousness begin to gather. And they gather into what we might call higher integrated levels of awareness. So that as they become more integrated, my mind becomes, in a sense, more attuned to that divine presence. And therefore, I begin to, in a sense, know myself in that presence in a deeper way, a way of unity, a way that this God-me language begins to transcend and fall away, because now it's a me-God, it's a type of unitive relationship. So Teilhard would see the mystic as the forerunner of evolution. In other words, what he would say is contemplation and a maximization of consciousness then becomes the fastest mover of evolution. In other words, one then moves out into the world and sees the world in radically new ways and acts out of that new conscious awareness, right? And so they begin to transform the world. We need a new inner-outer way of processing our conscious lives, that we can begin to use artificial intelligence and computer technology to deepen our lives as transformers in the world. AI can connect us in a way. It can hyper-personalize us in a way that's beyond my individual self. And I think our challenge today is to find a new level of AI hyperconnectivity and the maximization of consciousness through meditation contemplation. There's a new kind of discipline that needs to take place, right? So it can't be unbridled computer technology, and it can't be just I cut myself off and go to Walden Pond, right? It's got to be, in a sense, a collaboration of the movements in which we've evolved to this level, because we're longing for something that's more unified, both personally and collectively. And we need to, in a sense, retool ourselves, in terms of consciousness, both inwardly and outwardly.